have you ever just like been at your grandma's house and like she's knitting and it's like, how does she do that? Well, like today I can teach you that. So what we're gonna go through is like different kinds of knitting needles and stuff, and how to start a project, and then like all this stuff you can make.
Wow.
So there are like hundreds of knitting needles and stitches. So there are obviously a lot of different needles. See, there are big ones and wooden ones, and then long fat ones and short fat ones, and then long skinny ones. And I like to use these because you can have a longer row.
Mm-hmm.
And stitches, there are a lot of stitches. I looked them up, but I'm only going to show you 2 of them. There's the normal stitch and then a purl stitch. It's like a normal stitch backwards. And they're double-pointed knitting needles for projects like this. I don't really know. I just kind of took this on my mom's bin. She was working on this. So, like, you can do a lot more. You can do it kind of faster, and it makes a circle. And how to start your project, okay. I will show you. First, you gotta tie a slip knot. I have my mom do that because I don't know how to tie slip knots. And you put it on, unravel with yarn. And then you tighten it just as much as you want it. You can have it loose or tight depending on how tight you want it. And then this is kind of important. You gotta know how to do this right. Okay, when you take it, you take your yarn and you like flip it and do a loop, and then you put it on, and then you tighten it, and then you do that again. And you can add as many rows as you want. I'll do like 5, just for your benefit, so you don't have to sit here. Okay, and see, it's kind of like tying together. My hands are really shaky, but okay. And then 4, and 5, and 5. And then, see, it's already starting. Take your needle. Yes. My hands are really shaky, I'm really sorry. Okay, and then you take your yarn, and you wrap it around, and then you hold the string, and then you take it off. And so it kind of starts a little stitch. Okay. See, and then you do that. And then this is a purl stitch, okay? You do it backwards. Okay. And then it's basically the same thing, backwards. Obviously, I just told you that. This is like going out. Okay. And then, so the things you can make, I like making a lot of things. My sister made this. You can make little headbands with flowers, and then you can sew them onto the headband. See? Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. And you can make flowers, and they're really cute, and you obviously put them on. See? And then, like, you use them in the wintertime, and they keep your ears nice and warm. And you can make coffee, or not coffee cup cozies, but like cup cozies. You need Velcro or buttons. And like, if you have a hot drink, it works nice because then your hands won't burn black. And you can make stuffed animals. This is my stuffed animal. My mom made it for me when I was like young. I call it Milkshake because that's what her name is, Milkshake the cow. And then this isn't a bowling pin. It's like a monkey in work. And then here's its arm. So you would stuff it, and then you would sew it on there. And it's got a little arm and stuff. And I'm currently working on this. This is a scarf. And I'm like using 3 different kinds of yarn. And when you do that, it's like really easy. You take a different yarn, and then you tie it to the yarn that you're using. So when you run out of this, you can just cut it off and tie it to this yarn, and then continue your work, and then it like blends together, and it looks like this. And yeah, so basically, what I taught you was two different types of stitches and a bunch of different knitting needles. You can make blankets with these. Oh, and the size of the needles is depending on how tight you want it. Like these bigger ones, they're going to be loose. And then these smaller ones, it's going to be tighter, like this or this. My mom used these kinds of needles, so it's tighter. And then I'm using a little bigger needles, so it's a little loose. So different needles, different stitches, how to start your project, slip knot and then loop and then put it through the hole. And then all the different things you can make, like stuffed animals and headbands and scarves and blankets and sweaters if you want. But yeah, that's about it. Now you can join in with your grandma when she's knitting,
Hannah,
I guess.
she's at 6.